Hi everyone, it's Celtic Chris H7 here with Team of the Week 22. Now firstly I want to say I've not been able to upload in the last few days because one, my throat's a wee bit sore, so sometimes in this commentary I might have to have a wee drink, and secondly my upload speed's been a wee bit slow, and I know that there's a sort of backlog of a few videos that I wanted to get up, and there's also a squad of few, but they'll be getting uploaded in the next 2 to 3 days, hopefully by the weekend, because my throat's been pretty sore, so I've not really wanted to do a commentary. I'm going to try my best to do this one, so bear with me. Now the first player is Walcott, who plays for Arsenal, the Premier League. He's got 97 pace, 89 dribbling, 77 shooting and 80 passing are the main standout stats. I think he will be worth quite a good bit of coinage, but basically I don't know why they've put him in the striker position, because I think he would be more suited with his stats are obviously more suited to a right wing position. But anyway, moving on to the next player, who is Cisse. He plays for Newcastle, he just moved there, £10 million transfer, 82 pace, 83 shooting, 70 passing, 80 dribbling, 80 heading are the main standout stats. I think this guy and Demba Ba will be a formidable partnership up front in the Premiership, and I'm sure that they'll go on to score many goals this season as Newcastle try for Europe. But anyway, I think this guy will be worth about 20 to 30k maybe by the end of the week. It depends. I think his price will stay up a bit because of his good all-round stats, but apart from that, I just think that he would be a good all-round Premier League striker to have in your team, so that might hold his price up a wee bit, but we'll wait and see how many are released by EA. But moving on to the centre attacking mid, who is Jankovic. He plays for Genoa and he's Serbian. 78 pace, 77 shooting, 76 passing, 82 dribbling are the main standout stats. Now I think this guy might be down to discard price, because you'll see later in the video it's another centre attacking mid from Serie A that I think is better than him. But he's got good all round stats and I'm sure he'll be worth a wee bit. Now moving on to Pjanic. Sorry, I know I've said that wrong. But anyway, he plays for Roma, he's Bosnian. He's got 81 pace, 88 passing, 83 dribbling and 75 shooting are the main standout stats. As I say with Jankovic as well, I think he might be down to sort of around discard price 10-20k by the end of the week. But I think he would be a good all-round player to have in the team. Maybe the passing and the dribbling might hold his price up a wee bit. I think his price will be more than Jankovic, but I still think that he'll be down to quite a 10-20k price by the end of the week. Now moving on to the left mid, who looks a fantastic player. Nene is top in form. He got a second in form 2 weeks ago I think. 86 pace, 90 shooting, 89 passing, 91 dribbling are just amazing, to be honest. And I know a lot of people were invested in him a couple of weeks ago, so they all lost a lot of money today. But anyway, I think this guy will be worth quite a good bit amount of coins, and I think because he's Brazilian and he's League One, he'll be well demanded. A lot of people want him, and I think he would be a fantastic player to have in the team because, well, he's good all round, and I think he's also got quite a good free kick on him as far as I know. I've never played with him. But anyway, moving on to the guy from Serie A, who I think will be worth quite a bit, is Giovinco. Now I know this guy's sort of normal player. I don't know, I think it's 81 rated rare. I know that's quite a good player. I think he's got a good free kick in him as well. I'm not too sure. But 93 pace. Sorry, a bit of a technical glitch there. But Giovinco, 93 pace, 91 dribbling, 75 shooting and 75 passing are quite good all round stats. Now I think this guy will be worth more than these two just because of the pace and the dribbling. I know he's not got as good shooting and passing, I think, as the other players. I still think because of the free kicks as well, as far as I know he's got good free kicks. I think this guy will be worth quite a bit. A good player to invest in, I would say, but I'll move on to who to invest in later. Now moving on to a player who I think will be down to discard price pretty quickly is Kelly. 70 pace, 70 shooting, 77 passing, 82 defending and 79 heading. To be fair to him, quite good stats, but obviously Borussia have been getting quite a few informs this last couple of weeks with Kagawa, so they must be playing quite well at the moment. But he's German, but I still think this guy will be down to discard price by the end of the week. because there's nothing too special about him from what I can see. Nah, nothing special. But moving on to the left back, who's Badumo Nassim. Sorry, I can't say that, but he plays for Montpellier, I think. Is he Cameroon? Yeah, Cameroon. 89 pace, 78 passing, 78 dribbling, and 81 defending. That's actually pretty good stats. I'm trying to think, is there a better left back? I don't think there's a better left back in League One, to be honest. So this guy could actually be a pretty good investment. So I'll need to check that. I'm sorry I've not checked, but I think this guy could be a pretty good investment because there's none better. An 89 pace, and 81 defending, real good stats. His heading's alright as well, but I think the pace is the big standout from there. Now moving on to a guy who I don't know, I recognise the team. He's had a centre back in form, but I don't know if it's this actual player. So I'd imagine if it is the actual player, it might be a second in form for Athletic Bilbao, yeah. So 60 pace is a bit of a letdown. 78 passing, 87 defending and 80 heading, pretty good stats, but just because of that pace I don't think he'll be worth too much, to be fair to him, but need to stop saying that. But anyway, I don't think he'll be worth that good of an investment this week. Now moving on to Sergio Ramos, who's second in form, and I'm sure a few people who've got the Team of the Year player will be relieved that he's not been put up that high, because if you've got Team of the Year Ramos, he will not be affected by this, I'm pretty sure, because obviously it's a higher rating. But anyway, 85 pace, 89 defending and 95 heading are some really good stats. The passing's alright, and so's the dribbling for a right back, but I think he'll be worth around 400, 500k. I'm really not that too good at it, but just judging on his first in form. Now I know that was a centre back, but still he might be a bit more than that, because he'll be sort of in a way the best right back in La Liga if you can't afford the Team of the Year player, so about 800 to a million coins at the moment. But there's better options, I would say, in terms of Alves, because I think even the 86 Alves is better than Ramos. That's just my opinion, but I think this guy, I still think Ramos would be a good player to invest in if you wanted to invest 500 coins, but I think there's better players to invest in for that amount of coins that you would put into them. Now moving on to the last player, who's Diego Lopez. I think this is his second in form. I'm sure he has an 84 in form, I'm not too sure actually. I don't think he does, I think 84 is his normal version. But anyway, 86 diving, 86 hand on, 80 precision and 87 reflexes are the main standout stats. Now I think this guy, he'd be alright to invest in, because he's better than Valdez, but there is Casillas. So in that sort of wee gap where you've got 80k, 80-90k for Casillas and about 5k for Valdez, this guy could go up a good bit if that's the sort of price range that someone's got for a goalkeeper. So wait and see how his price goes, and then decide if you want to invest in him. I'll do a wee update video next Monday, Tuesday about what you should do about investing in forms. But moving on to the bench, Zidane, who plays for Nene in Bundesliga. A Celtic player, was on loan to that team last year, but anyway, he's got 80 pace, 79 shooting, 75 passing, 84 dribbling, good all round stats, but he'll be down to discard price probably pretty quick, I would say, within the next couple of days, probably by Saturday. Now moving on to Nene, who plays for Roma in Serie A and is Italian. 78 pace, 79 shooting, 75 dribbling and 70 heading are some really good stats. And I know people have been making Serie A silver teams, so I can't think if there's another. There must be another informed silver from Serie A who's a striker. There must be, but anyway, this guy would be a good player to invest in if there is no other player, because the highest rating silver you can get, and obviously people want El Shwari to link up with their strikers. So moving on to Sejas, who plays for Walcott. Sorry, I know I've definitely said that wrong, but anyway, 78 pace, 70 shooting, 73 passing, 74 dribbling and 75 heading. They're actually really good stats for this player. I don't know how he's got such good heading, because I don't think he's that tall, but anyway, he'll be a good player. I don't know what price, I don't know if people are really interested in Argentine silver teams. I think there'll be a few. But anyway, I don't think he'll be that good at Britain Fest, and also if he's playing well and keeps playing well, he might get a second in form because they've only put it up to 73. Now moving on to Oxford Chamberlain, who I think will be worth probably the most expensive premise team in the league maybe. I know he's only got 3-star skills, but I still think he'll be sort of a mini Danilo. But saying that, Dyer was only around 600k, wasn't he? So we'll have to wait and see. But 93 pace, 79 dribbling, 78 passing, really good standout stats. And I know that a lot of people have been wanting this guy in form for a few weeks now, and I know a lot of people have been making BPL silver teams. So people that have got the coins, I'm sure, will want to fit him in, and I think he would be a really good player to invest in maybe. I know they've got Nathan Dyer. I guess I'll just have to wait and see how his price goes this week. But this guy I think will be a really sought after player. And moving on to Sigurdsson. I saw him come on against Arsenal a few weeks for Swansea. That was the last time I've seen him play. But 83 shooting and 78 passing are really the only good stats. 66 pace for a centre attacking mid's pretty terrible, to be honest. I mean, his heading's better than that. So I don't think this guy will be down to discard price really quick as well. But moving on to Gerobny. Now I think he had a first in form in the first couple of weeks of the game. I'm not too sure, I think one of my friends had him. But anyway, 82 diving, 85 reflexes, 79 heading and 84 positioning. That's a really good standout stats for an 81 rated goalkeeper. Previous stats are above, so maybe he should have been an 82. But anyway, I don't think he'll be worth that much because there's newer and lots of other goalkeepers in Serie A. Now moving on to who you should invest in, I think Walcott. Simply because I think that he will be sought after because of his pace and his dribbling. So he's a player that I'll be looking to invest in. Also Nene, because he'll be the best left midfielder in the Ligue 1. I don't know if he's the best. I think he's the best left midfield Brazilian player, so I think he'd be a good player to invest in also if you have the coins. Giovinco, because of the pace, the dribbling, and the fact that I know there's probably better centre attacking mids in Serie A, such as Fabinho and what's his name, Pato, but I still think he'd be a good investment, but he's not the best investment if you're looking to get sort of around the 10 to 30k range, which I think Giovinco could come into. It depends how many packs are open and how sought after he is. I think he's got 4 or 5 star skills, I'm really not sure. I might have actually made a wee bit of an error in judging his price, but I think the left back, as far as I know, best left back in League 1, so something could happen to him like Nagatomo from Inter Milan, where his price just shot up in the few weeks after his inform came out. So I think if he's the best left back in League 1, I'll be looking to buy a few of these because of the pace and the really good all-round stats. Now that goalkeeper might be worth a wee bit of an investment. As I say, I think him and Giovinco, if you had the sort of coin range for these two, you'd be better investing in him, I think. Or maybe even Walcott. As I say, I'm not that good in prices, which I've said about 10 times now, but anyway, I think he would be an alright investment. Moving on to the bench, the only player I can think of is maybe Borini. As I say, I'm not the best in silvers, so I might have made a bit of an error there, but I think he would be a good investment. And Oxlade Chamberlain, all depends on if people see that Nathan Dyer from Swansea is better, and it just depends on what people basically think of him as to what will happen to his price. But thanks for bearing with me, because I know I've had to pause a couple of times because my voice is just gone and I think I'm coming down with something anyway. That player upgrades, the second lot, are coming out tonight apparently. Not too much info on that, but I'll try to maybe get a video out of a list. I'll wait and see. But there wasn't a list on Friday, so maybe not. Also, a link to Facebook in the description. And just to say that my upload speed, I think I said at the start of the commentary, I don't know, my upload speed for the computer's just been terrible this week, so I've not been able to do any uploads. But now it looks like it might be alright, so hopefully this is the end of it. But thanks for bearing with me with my croaky voice, and this is Celtic Chris H7 saying bye.